Patrick Woods is up right now, so we'll not take a break. We'll go right into it. So stay right with us as he just got called up and his match is underway. So we'll stay right here as Woods is out early. Woods is out early with the 2-point takedown. Woods is out early with the 2-point takedown. My eye in the spy here, Mr. Jamie Vasky. Thank you so much. Getting the headsets right back on and seeing Patrick Woods come to the mat. Jamie, it's all about medals right now.
Yeah, it really is. And Patrick got out to a quick takedown, got in a little bit of a scramble with Brandon Mayer from Crestwood, and a lot of switch, re-switch. Mayer just about had the takedown, but Woods did a great job of re-switching, and they got a fresh start, and it's 2-0 here with 25 seconds left to go in this second period. First period, excuse me.
Okay, well, exciting times at Delhi. Could see some history made tonight. Maybe not one champ, maybe two champs, and two outstanding matches that will be in the finals tonight. And again, we'll have to wait till the very end, you guys, to see those great matches. Well, 2 seconds left to go, and Woods is going to win this first period 2-0, but a lot of wrestling left to go. Mayer ranked in the top 4 during the course of the year. I believe these two wrestled last year with Woods getting the win over Mayer. Mayer will go up on top now. West Delaware putting their championship singlets on, the all-white singlets. And Jamie and Zach, you've both been here. You've been seniors. You've both been in the situation wrestling your last match as a senior, whether it be in the state duels, Jamie, or whether it be in the state finals, Zach. You got some things going through your head at this time, and sometimes that doesn't sink in till the match is over.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to come out here and wear a singlet, especially a West Delaware singlet for the last time. You always want to end winning your last match. That's something that, unfortunately, I didn't do very often in my career. I was always an even number. You always want to be that odd number at the state tournament. So this is what these guys want to do, is end an odd number here and win their last match of their career.
And Jamie, you too. It's always you wrestle that last match. It's your last match, and you go to the locker room and you got to pull that thing off, and it's over. The end is here. But again, Patrick Woods trying to end this thing, like you said, Zach, on a high note. He's up 3-0 as he tried to switch on Mayer, and Mayer locked his hands around the waist of Woods. So Woods now up 3-0, and Mayer riding tough on top with a hard, tight waist. He's got that left arm wrapped around the waist of Patrick Woods, and he's got an inside wrist on the right side. Mayer has came into the tournament at 37-2, so he's had a lot of success. He's only junior, so we'll look for him to be back. And Mayer also 4-1 on the tournament, so he is now 41-3. And we're going to get stalling. They're going to call stalling against Patrick Woods?
Yes, they are. And I was going to say, they got to ding somebody. His opponent right now is riding a lot of parallel, not trying to work any pinning combinations, hanging on to ankles. And Patrick Woods is also staying square, doing a nice job of not getting turned. But at the same point is I think Top Man might be stalling too.
There's a switch by Woods. Let's see if he can turn this into 2. He's going to cover the hips up. He's going to cover the hips of Mayer. Our official now is going to call 2 there. 21 seconds left to go. Woods is going to go up 5-0. Now he latches on to a chicken wing on the right side of Mayer. He's got 15 seconds to run this thing. And I'll tell you what, he's trying to load that chicken wing up right here. 8 seconds left to go. And Woods trying to hook that left arm of Mayer. Mayer's got that reaching forward. Now an inside wrist on the right, chicken wing on the left, and that's going to do it. And it's going to be third period. Let's see whose choice it's going to be. It's going to be Mayer's choice. He's going to go down. Woods up now 5-0.
Roger and Jamie, Patrick Woods does a nice job of getting that one wing that we always talk about, but sometimes spends a little bit too much time trying to get that second one. You're not always going to get that double chicken wing. You'd like to see him try to run that one wing that he gets.
Well, you're right, and he's so good with that double chicken wing, and he's trying. That's his textbook move. And kind of got him into trouble. I'm not going to bring that up. That match is over. But anyway, 1:45 left to go. Woods is going to work now. He stops the initial move of Mayer, but again, he's got to get out to the side here. He's been warned for stalling. Once again, a tight waist with the left, a chop with the right. He's trying to scoop that chicken wing on the right side of Mayer from Cresco, the junior, at 41-3 right now. No slouch. no slouch opponent here at all. The conference champ out of that very tough Northeast Iowa Conference, and Woods doing a number, might get, there it is again, you called that, Zach. Woods is parallel. He's got the single wing on the right. Now he's trying to scoop an inside wrist on the left, 106 left to go, and Woods now out to the side, trying to get out to the side. Step out to the side, and we'll see see how long our official lets Woods stay with that chicken wing scooped. And again, what do you do here, Zach? You've got Mayer. Now you're going to call Woods for a stalling, and 1 point for Mayer. 5-1 now, 49 seconds left to go. Again, you got to get going here. You got to get going right here. There's a switch attempt by Mayer. Nicely countered by Woods as he goes to a deep waist and a far ankle. He's got the chicken wing locked up again. Now get out to the side and run that. At least get off the hips.
That's all he's got to do is get off to the side.
Go hip to hip. Get out from behind him. Go hip to hip. Sit that left leg to his right hip, and at least you can still apply pressure across him and keep Mayer's hips down. I think Woods is content just to stay behind him here. 17 seconds left to go. Mayer up to all fours right now. Woods now with the tight waist again and a chicken wing. 11 seconds left to go. 9 seconds left to go in this match, and it appears that Patrick Woods is going to be on that third step tonight. What a comeback he has had. That's mental toughness. That is mental toughness there, guys. Patrick Woods is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to go 5-1 in the tournament, and he's going to finish his senior year at 47-2, and he's going to have the bronze medal, and that's a great way to finish.
Yeah, it is. A great career by Patrick Woods, as he's going to finish here with a third place finish. Not what he wanted, obviously, after that state championship last year. But I tell you what we're going to see right here is one thing that I never get over this, and I never can watch this without getting goosebumps when Patrick Woods gets around the corner and he heads out the tunnel in front of that West Delaware crowd, and the ovation that he is going to get as he walks through that tunnel. It gives me goosebumps every time, and just watching the crowd show their support, show their love for Patrick Woods, as he's going to need it here right now, as he's, I believe Patrick's pretty, he's pretty choked up right now, and as he should be. That's his last time putting on that singlet for West Delaware.
Well, you guys, it would have been easy for him to fold after losing to Rathbun in that overtime match, but he came back. He came back and he won 4 straight. And not only 4 straight, he won 4 straight big. He won by a fall. He came right back with a fall over Claren Beek, who was 41-3 from Boyden Hull Rock Valley. Then he beat a very good Shea Swafford from Mediapolis. He majored him 11-1. And then he came back and had to wrestle Fenske from Assumption this morning, and they beat him 7-1 for the third time this year, and then taking down Mayer from Cresco 5-1. So, Woods isn't going to achieve his goal of being a state champion, but he's going to do the second best thing, Jamie and Zach. That's be on that third step of the podium.
Finish on that odd step. Zach, there was the one time you finished on that top step, I tell you what, on the odd step. But and that was in that state finals, your championship year, or your senior year. But, you got to like finishing on that odd step. Here's another guy we want to see finish on an odd step, as we've got Sam Phillips from West Delaware. He's taking on Shadow Leshen from Albion for third and fourth place here.
And Shadow Leshen coming into this tournament, you guys, I think he was 58-0. He lost in the semifinal round match, and Leshen right now is up 4-1. Leshen is up 4-1 on Phillips. And I'll tell you what, the tough match here for Sam Phillips. But, guys, I don't think at the start of this season anybody predicted that Sam Phillips would be wrestling for the bronze medal, and nobody thought that he could except for Sam Phillips and probably the West Delaware coaching staff. Again, Sam Phillips has had a tremendous second half of the season. I think he's only lost 3 matches since the break, and that's a tremendous second half of the season. He put himself in position here to wrestle for this bronze medal, and losing, you lose 3-6. 6-3 to Brady Jennings from Osage in those semifinals. And I'll tell you what, that's a tremendous season in anybody's book. But Sam Phillips would like to go out of here on a high note, but he's got a very good relation standing in his way.
Elijah Dahl, MOC, Floyd Valley, Grant Sherman, Sadell.
Roger, something I noticed about Sam Phillips is a guy that had a tough time cracking the West Delaware lineup right away early in his career. It's great to see guys like this that worked really hard to get to where they are. Especially being a coach's son, that's pretty tough to handle, not cracking the lineup right away. But he's done a nice job working in the offseason, working the entire time in that tough room of West Delaware, and getting here to the third place match.
Well, there's a leg attempt by Phillips. He puts the legs in, and Lation comes to his feet, and then he dumps Phillips over the top of his head. I think we were waiting for potentially dangerous, but our official let that go, and Lation just bumped Phillips up off the top, picked up the 2-point reversal. Now Lation cuts Phillips loose, and it's a 6-2 lead now for the senior from Albia. Short and very stocky, very muscular Lation. And a very tall, very lean Sam Phillips. Phillips trying to hit Leshon with the throw by. What I like about Phillips, he's not taking a back seat here, Zach. He's still applying a lot of pressure, and he's still wrestling. Throw by attempt by Phillips one more time. Comes hard to that collar tie. Leshon now a couple of snaps forward. 1:09 left to go. It's 6-2. And Phillips tries to dive in on a single. Now Phillips with an overhook on the left side of Leshon. He's trying to set up that throw, and Leshon felt the pressure there. And I think Phillips tried to force that throw a little bit too early.
Yeah, he didn't have enough pressure back at him there to quite get that throw that he was looking for. He had some good hand ties there to create a throw, but at the same point as Leshon felt that and bailed out.
I think he pretty much knew probably what was coming, and we've got some blood on the mat there. I'm not sure. It must be from Leshon. So Phillips is going to go over to his corner and talk to Coach Litter and Pat Phillips as Leshon goes to the blood corner. So, the Orange and Black faithful are down in throngs here again, spurring the West Delaware Hawks on. And the Hawks had a tremendous early morning round here, going 3-1. And Patrick Woods started it off in a fine fashion with a fine 5-1 win over Brandon Mayer. Jamie, you wrestled 6 matches here at the state tournament. You go 5-1. That's confidence. That's just a fine job by Patrick Woods once again as we wait for this match to restart.
We're going to have Cody Neighbor up on mat number 2 for the Blazers, and Neighbor wrestling for 3rd and 4th place. He is going to be taking on Christian Fox from Osage.
Well, we're back underway here. There's a sit-out attempt by Phillips, a tight waist by Leshon. Leshon picks up the left ankle of Phillips and drives him back forward. Now sits on that left ankle and still working that tight waist with the right. What I see with Leshon, Zach, is he's very physical and very strong.
Yeah, he is very tough, very strong. Basically, he's got good offense, great on top, great on bottom, just a great all-around wrestler.
Well, we're going to get warning against Phillips underneath. Unbelievable. You got Leshon riding parallel, working that. He's got an inside wrist, and he's got a hand in the thigh, and he's riding parallel on Phillips, and Phillips is trying to get his head and chest up, and go figure you get a stalling on Phillips. While they go back to the blood corner, let's go down to mat number 2, and we've got Cody Neighbor from Beckman Catholic taking on Christian Fox from Osage. The Green Devils. We had the Blue Demons, Albia Blue Demons, and now we got the Osage Green Devils down here at the state tournament. And Fox, that very good traditional program there in Osage. You walk by their trophy case, and it's all about wrestling up there. They've had some tremendous success. Hey guys, how about that Maquoketa Valley not having a state champ ever in wrestling at their high school?
Yeah, we were kind of learning that information as we were after we said we were going to ask Coach Beatty. We did some digging around, got some text messages. We got it figured out, and I tell you what, they've had 2 runners up. Dan Foley in 1978 and Dan Bites in 1998. So I tell you what, looking to make history tonight as they could end the night with 2 state champions.
Does a nice job. Now we're back to action here. We're going neutral. Phillips trying to set up that throw one more time on Leshin. I'll tell you what, he's going to go out with a bang as Sam Phillips. Over on mat 1, Neighbor and Fox are zeros. There's a sweep single by Leshin, a scramble attempt by Phillips. And Leshin is going to cover the hips up for a 10-2 lead now. 1:25 left to go in this match in the third period. Again, what I like about Sam Phillips, you guys, is he's holding nothing back here. He's given Shadow Leshin the kitchen sink and a lot more.
Well, he is, and that's the way you'd like to see him go out. You know, kind of talk a little bit more about Zach. You know, what Zach was saying. Sam Phillips was behind some good kids, and you know he was out doing the freestyle circuit, the national tournaments, the regional tournaments. He was doing all that stuff and was placing real well in those tournaments. But again, still first couple of years couldn't crack that lineup. He got his chance last year. He's one match away from making it down here last year. This year he got an opportunity, and he was the big dog, and he got down here, and he's going to finish here. 1 minute. Minute 3 left to go in this match. So, and the way he's been going after it, he's still looking to make a throw here. And you know that's the way you like to see Sam Phillips go out.
Hey, it only takes one move here, just like we're seeing down here. Christian Fox, one move, a 2-point reversal by Fox, a sit-out turn-in by Neighbor, and Fox wraps his arm around the head of Neighbor. Neighbor leaves the arm up, so Fox scoops it and throws Neighbor to his back. 1:26 left to go. Cody Neighbor is on his back trying to get out of it. Might be a fall here. Fox tries to load up a headlock, and Neighbor might roll out of it. Fox is going to go to a T. Might be a fall. There's the fall right there in 2:49. So Neighbor will lose by fall in 2:49. So he will take 4th place here. Back to Sam Phillips, back to action here. It's 10-3 now with 33 seconds left. Phillips still working the head of Leshin. Leshin now still in that square stance. There's a snatch single by Leshin. Cat-like quickness by the senior from Albia. Has the right leg of Sam Phillips picked up. A hard whizzer by Phillips. A limp arm out by Leshin. Leshin now tries to back trip Phillips. 14 seconds left to go. Phillips is going to try to kick out of it. And we're going to get potentially dangerous. It's going to be a 2-point takedown by Leshin. And our official's going to stop that for potentially dangerous. And Phillips is going to give up the 2 here. It's a 12-3 lead now by Leshin. 10 seconds left to go. Phillips is still wrestling. He's still going to try to score a point here. No stopping at all. No quitting Sam Phillips. There's a Granby roll by Phillips. Leshin follows him, and our time's going to run out. That's going to be a 12-3 loss. But you know what? Sam Phillips is going to be in that Grand March tonight. He's going to be on that 4th step on that podium. He lost to 2 quality individuals here, Jennings from Osage and Leshin. They were both highly ranked in the top 4 during the course of the year. And you can see the agony right there. You can see it all come out. Zach, you're looking at Sam Phillips right now. You can see it all come out right there. Sam Phillips, the 4 years of work, the blood, the guts, the sweat, and right now it's just going to empty out. They're going to go back to that room back there, and it's going to empty. What do you got for us, Jamie?
Got Chase Straw over there on mat number 5, taking on Cole Erickson from Mediapolis. And over on mat 4, we've got Jake Voss from West Delaware. He is taking on first round match, Brett Leshin from Albia.
What a couple of matches we have here. I'll tell you what, wouldn't Jake Voss certainly love to get a payback right here over the long, lanky senior from Albia. A 5-3 loss the first round, and we'll see if Voss can turn the tables. Again, you're asking how this happens. It's all due to the cross bracket. You know, if you come out of here and cross brackets over, and it is possible to have a rematch. We just found that out with Ryan Parmley as he wrestled Vinnie Harvey twice last year, and those were both close matches. Straw now looks like he might give up 2 points. Chase Straw is taking on Cole Erickson from Mediapolis for the 3rd and 4th place medal. And Straw, nice scramble as Erickson, while we wait for Voss to start here, they're going to give 2 and 1. 2 for Erickson on the takedown and 1 for Straw on the escape.
Here's Leschen in on a quick double leg on Jake Voss, and they're gonna give him 2. They are a 2-point takedown for Brett Leschen, and they're gonna go out of bounds. It's 2-0 now as we're 7 seconds in to this first period.
I think that happened exactly that first day, if I'm not mistaken.
And he's gonna go right to their feet. He's gonna let Voss lose, and it's gonna be 2-1. So Leschen wants to go on his feet here, and Jake Voss, we saw this the other day. Once Leschen got a lead, he slowed the match down, and that's not where Jake Voss wants to be. He wants to come out here. He's got to get his offense going from his feet.
Yeah, he's got to keep his feet moving, you guys. Can't be a sitting duck for Leschen to use those long arms. Leschen in a staggered stance. He's got some extremely long levers, and again, he's using those levers to keep Voss at bay right here. But once he decides to shoot on that shot with those long arms, it's very easy to snatch up a low single and then cut across to a double. 123. There's Leschen back in on that single. Nice down block by Voss. Leschen latched onto the right leg of Voss. Nice down block as he's got his laces to the mat and he's stuffing the head and pushing back on the hips of Leschen. Now Voss trying to cut a corner on Leschen. Got to be careful here. You want to keep that hip pressure down and on the head of Leschen and make him carry your weight.
Roger and Jamie, I don't think last match, I think Jake Voss might have hit 1 or 2 attempts for a shot in that match, and that was late until he had to, and this is the same thing that we're seeing all Leschen right now.
Leschen in on a snatch single, wizard by Voss. Leschen cuts across to a double and sits Voss on his right hip and picks up another 2-point takedown. It's now 4-1, so the senior from Albia has opened it up here just a little bit. So Jake Voss will have to find something that works on his feet. Every time he kind of reaches with that for that collar tie, and Leschen shoots underneath. Over on the far mat, Chase Straw down 2-1 with Erickson from Minneapolis riding tough and looking for a tilt. 43 seconds left here, and Brett Leschen is going to let Voss loose. It's now 4-2. 36 seconds left to go. We're still in the first period. Leschen started this with about a 5-second double leg takedown on Voss. Voss now going to work here, trying to work the head of Leschen, and Leschen's not going to give him any collar ties.
We would like to see a shoot-off right there instead of just a push-out by Jake Voss.
23 seconds left to go. Chase Straw working on a 2-point reversal. If he can high leg over Erickson. Erickson with a cross body right in, and Straw trying to high leg over and pick up 2. And Erickson's blocking him off with the legs. That's going to be a 2-point reversal, so Straw will take a 3-2 lead into the third period. 6 seconds left here in our first period with Voss and Leschen. It's 4-2 in favor of the senior from Albia, who came into the tournament at 53-1 and now stands at 50, whatever it is, 57-2. That's 57-2. That's almost 60 matches, Zach McCool. That's almost double the matches you wrestled your senior year.
Yeah, it's crazy how much these guys are wrestling nowadays. A lot of dual meets, a lot of dual tournaments that teams are going to now. So getting a lot of matches.
Voss with a 1-point escape now. It's 4-3. Boy, what he wouldn't give for a 2-point takedown. Voss in on a single. Boy, you got to cut across right now. Lift. Get your hips underneath. Lift. Get up underneath of Leschen. See if he can post and dump him. He's got a single with his head to the outside, and we're going to get a stalemate. Great shot. Let's get that in again and cut the corner quickly. Straw up 3-2 right now with 1:32 left to go. 4-3 is our score with Leschen and Voss. And again, Voss has got to stay on the tack here. Now there's a long shot by Leschen. Voss is where he likes to be, snapping that head of Leschen, and Leschen shoves. Leschen shoves Voss off the edge, and we're coming back to the center. 126. Voss has to be ready on the whistle. Leschen has been very opportunistic once that whistle blows. 120 left to go. 4-3 is our score. This is for the bronze medal. Voss can do no worse than fourth here, but he certainly would like that bronze medal. I believe he finished fourth last year, Jamie, if I'm correct on that, a fourth place. He'd like to improve on that this year. Again, a very, very tough 160-pound bracket that he was on. Again, the top 3 out of the top 4 were the top 3 ranked wrestlers in the state when we started this thing. 1-point escape by Erickson. And Straw, they are tied up at 3s with 58 seconds left to go, and they are wrestling in the neutral position, so a takedown is going to win the match. That should favor Straw, but the way Straw's been wrestling these last few matches, he's kind of hit slow motion on his feet.
If you're Jake Voss here, you don't want to reach, because we've seen the first 2 times Jake Voss reached for that collar tie is when Leschen shot in and took 2 good shots. So Voss has got to set his shot up and be ready to counter a shot by Leschen.
Well, you talked about Leschen slowing the pace down, and he has slowed this down just a little bit. He's hanging on to that 1-point lead, and he certainly knows how to do that. Boy, 25 seconds. Now if you're Leschen in on a double on Voss again, Voss trying to find the edge of the mat, Leschen trying to lift Voss up. Boy, you got to find the edge of the mat. Leschen's going to lift him up and pull Voss in and pick up a 2-point takedown again with 13 seconds left. Boy, very opportunistic Brett Leschen there again, guys. Under 12 seconds left to go in the second period, and Leschen in and picks up that 2-point takedown. 6-3.
Brent Lammers is going to be up on mat number 6 as he's going to be taking on Trevor Frayne from Creston for 5th and 6th place.
Tell you what, the draws in this third place matches have not been very kind to our area wrestlers, but again, that's what the state meet is all about, you guys. It gets tough. You're wrestling for that 3rd place to be the 3rd best wrestler in your class in the state of Iowa. It's just an unbelievable competition here. Overtime now with Straw and Erickson on mat number 5. The takedown's going to win this. Straw in on a single. Let's see if he can make it work. Straw's going to cover the hips, and he's going to win that match. Chase Straw gets the job done in overtime, 5-3. 5-3 in overtime. That's the Chase Straw you like to see. And got out there, scored that in overtime. He's going to win third. He's going to win that bronze medal here. So congratulations to the junior from Independence. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to finish 54-1 on the year. And Frayne in on a high crotch and cuts across to a double, and he lifts Brent Lammers up off the mat, and Frayne is picking up 2 for the takedown and 3 for the near fall. Trevor Frayne from Creston, very, very physical at this point. Going to get a caution against Leschen for starting early on Voss. Zach, Brent Lammers finding the going a little bit tough with his last 2 matches here. Drain from Mediapolis and Frayne from Creston.
Yeah, you look at some of the people's talking. There's always talk about who they think is going to be in the state finals, and those are 2 guys they thought that were going to possibly be the finals match is Drain and Frayne. So, he's hit a rough patch here. Hopefully he can find a way to win this last match.
It's going to be a 2-point reversal by Leschen and a 1-point escape by Voss. Leschen now goes up 8-4 with 49 seconds left to go in the match. Voss now in working some underhooks on Frayne, trying to get him into a throw position, something feet to back. Voss can throw with the best of them. There's a high crotch by Voss. Let's see if he can score 2 with it. He's got his head to the outside, and again, we've seen it. If you don't cut across to double and block off the hips, Leschen can certainly scoop behind Voss and pick up 2 on this takedown. Let's get a stalemate, get them back to their feet. Leschen trying to cut the corner on Voss. Voss is going to try to crowd Leschen and pick up a 2-point takedown of his own. And here comes Leschen across the top, and that's a 2-point takedown by Leschen. So Leschen, it looks like with 9 seconds left, is going to win this second time around. 10-4 this time. Voss trying to score an escape. There's 1. It's going to be a 10-5 win by Leschen. So the only matches Jake Voss will lose at the state tournament will be to Brett Leschen. 5-3 and 10-5. So Jake Voss will finish on that 4th step once again for the 2nd year in a row. But I'll tell you what, again, you guys, nothing to be ashamed of. There was the picture right there. I hope Mama got that picture.
Oh, she did.
She did, right on it. It doesn't get any better than that, being able to coach your kid in a tough sport. We've talked about that, being able to coach my son. You got to separate the coach from the dad. Sometimes you got to be the coach, but more often than that, you got to be the dad. And the dad's always there with the hug. The dad's always there with some good advice. So Jake Voss, his career will be over in that singlet. We will certainly miss that, Jamie. A lot of good memories, a lot of good experiences, and it's been a lot of fun to watch him go from a scrappy freshman to an outstanding senior.
It certainly has. You know, he's always excited us. You know, he's always been an entertainer, that's for sure, and he's definitely going to be missed in that West Delaware singlet.
Well, it's 5-2. Lammers has fought back into this match. It's 55 seconds left to go. Lammers is fighting back once again. He got behind to Adam Drain from Mediapolis and fought back and lost a very tough 9-7 match earlier this morning. And now he's doing the same thing with Trevor Frayne. Frayne opened up this match. There's 1 point for Lammers. Stalling on Frayne. It's 5-3 now. Lammers is right back in this match, you guys.
Roger, the nice thing with Lammers is it seems like he gets better and better as the match goes on. Unfortunately, he gives up some big 5-point moves early on, so it's tough to come back. We've talked about that all week and weekend here now, that if you go down 5 points, a lot of wrestlers sit back and coast to get beat. So we like to see Lammers get after it again.
And Lammers and Frayne butted heads, and immediately Brett Lammers stopped. He's already got that head bandaged up. He's got that Dan Gable wrap around to protect that cut on his right eyebrow. He's got it wrapped up, and he's taking a blow over there as the trainers from Iowa State come over and take a peek at him. I think he's going to be okay. It just that was a slobber knocker, so to speak, snapping, and as Lammers went in to attack Frayne, they butted heads, and Lammers is going to circle the mat and regroup here and go back to work. He's got 21 seconds left in the second period, and this is for 5th and 6th. A win here would put Lammers on that 5th place step on that platform. There's a long single shot by Frayne. He's in deep. Nice down block by Lammers. Nice whizzer. Got his laces down. He's got his hips down. We're going to get a stalemate. And back to the center we go with 8 seconds. Again, 5-3. We're going to go to the third period. I think it's going to be Frayne's choice. A long shot by Lammers as his second period expires, and Frayne is going to double underhook on Lammers. And it's going to be Frayne's choice. He's going to go down. Well, West Delaware, we're bringing 5 wrestlers down here, and they're going to leave with 4 medalists. And there's a nice job by Lammers. He's got Frayne to his back. He's got him on his back. Could be a fall. Slapped him at. Slapped him at. Lammers is readjusted right here. He threw a half Nelson in, and I'll tell you what, we don't see any air. He looks flat from here. Referee is looking close. 140 left to go. Lammers is going to take the lead in this match, but end it with a fall. Boy, his shoulders. There's a fall. Brett Lammers with a fall in 4:27. 4:27. What an explosive move by the junior from West Delaware. He will win in 4:27. What an outstanding move. What an outstanding, I'll tell you what, Zach, that was Frayne sitting, knowing that he was going to take down, sitting on that 2-point lead, and that was a tremendous explosion by Lammers, saying, you know what, I'm going to end it right here, and he did.
Yeah, he did a nice job right there. He basically stuck that half in and ran it right away, put him straight to his back, and held him squeezed tight and got the fall.
Wow, we said no lead is big enough, and you can't sit on a lead because that's what happens. We've seen that the whole weekend. We've seen it go in against us. But right there, Jamie and Zach, it went for us. Brett Lammers took advantage of Frayne sitting on the whistle. He threw that half Nelson in, and he drove him across the mat, slapped him on the back, and slapped him on the mat. We were just hoping that referee would slap the mat.
Well, it was close, and once we got our binoculars on, you could see that it was a very small gap between his shoulders and the mat, but it closed down, and Brett Lammers picked up the fall. Great job. Way to end your season here for the Hawks.
He gets a standing O for the Orange and Black faithful over there, and what a way to end 2014. He's getting some high fives over there, and that was not an easy double for Brett Lammers here this morning, you guys. Taking on Adam Drain from Mediapolis and losing that. that was 9-7, and then Trevor Frayne from Creston. All of those guys were ranked ahead of Lammers, and Lammers came through. He's going to stand on step number 5, and that's a huge confidence builder, and that's a way to step into next season.
Well, it certainly is, and and that's the thing with Brent Lammers is there's going to be some pressure there because he's the only place winner we have that's coming back next year, and these guys this year they had been here. Jake Voss and Patrick Woods, they'd been here before, and they got to do that together. There was a good senior class, but now Brent Lammers, the only returning state qualifier place winner for the Hawks next year, so he's got big shoulders and he's going to be ready to do it.
Well, the torch has been passed, so to speak, Jamie, and Brent Lammers will be one of the torch bearers. Well, we've got the 285-pounders coming up here. Let's take a short 1-minute timeout, and we will be back with Daniel Pike from Monticello taking on Dylan Van Dusen from West Liberty, and that will be a doozy. Pike and Van Dusen wrestling for the bronze medal. Stay with us. We got more crazy action from the well on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
And welcome back in. As we are in the placing matches, Class 2A will move directly into the Class 3A placing matches. And up right now we have Daniel Pike. Daniel Pike from Monticello taking on Dylan Van Dusen from West Liberty.
And Jamie, this was a district final last week at exactly 1 week ago. About exactly 1 week ago, almost this time. These guys were going at it, not really. It started at noon, high noon last weekend. So these two wrestled. This was a wild and crazy affair with Pike winning this match. And we'll see if he can redo it, duplicate the win here where it counts. Of course, it counted last weekend to get to the state tournament, but now you're talking about standing on the podium. You're talking about wearing a third place medal versus wearing a bronze medal. There's Van Dusen with an underhook on Pike, and he's going to lift Pike up off the mat. Pike works those hips, down blocks on Van Dusen, stuffs the head of Van Dusen, and hits a go behind. Pike now with the cross body right on Van Dusen, and he's going to score 2 with it right on the edge of the mat. And I'll tell you what, that was a great scramble, and that's the strength of Van Dusen, but the quickness of Pike as he takes advantage of poor position by Van Dusen and to score that defensive takedown. But you know what, Jamie, when you get here, you'll take a takedown any way you can get it.
No, you will, and that's especially these two wrestled in the conference or the district meet last week, and Pike doing exactly what he did. You get out to an early lead and keep building on it.
Well, it's got to be a confidence builder. You're coming in here you're Daniel Pike, you're wrestling somebody for 3rd and 4th, and you beat this somebody already, so you got to have a little bit of confidence. If you're Daniel Van Dusen, you're thinking, hey, I lost a close match to this guy. I've got a rematch with him. I've got a payback. Now I'm going to get after it. Here comes Daniel Pike. He puts the cross body right in, and you very rarely see that from a heavyweight. Pike gets a little bit low with the cross body ride. Van Dusen reaches down and picks up that ankle, and going to be no points there, but Van Dusen's going to pick up a 2-point reversal as Pike gets sloppy with the legs. Van Dusen up on top now of Pike. It's 2-2. Monticello would have liked to have 2 points on that tilt by Pike, but Van Dusen slid his way right through the legs of Pike and tied this up 2-2. Deuce is all the way across the board there. Second period, it's 2-2 and 2 minutes on the clock. And they're going right back into our 3A wrestlers right now. So we will have some Western Dubuque Bobcats, 3 of them up this round for you. There's a Granby roll by Pike, and he's going to cover the hips of Van Dusen. He's going to score a 2-point reversal. Now a reverse half Nelson. Pike has Van Dusen on his back. He slides up to a headlock finish on Van Dusen. He's got it wrapped up tight. Daniel Pike is now going to get rolled through by Van Dusen. So Pike's going to trade the 3 for 2 there. It's 7-4. And, oh, boy, Zach, if he could have slid his hips down just a little bit farther and settled in with that headlock.
He tried to put a little bit too much pressure on the far side of Van Dusen right there and obviously got rolled. That's one thing, once you get in that headlock position, you can't do is put too much pressure on that far side unless you want to get rolled through.
There's a 1-point escape for Van Dusen. It's now 7-5. They need to fix the score up there. They've got 8-4. It should be 7-5.
No, that's right.
Is that right?
Yeah, because he reversed him for 2.
Okay, that's right. Okay, it's 8-4 now. Snatch single by Van Dusen, and we're off the edge of the mat as he had the Pike. I thought it was going to be 7-5 in favor of Pike, but it's 8-4. All right, 53 seconds left. This is anybody's match right here. Daniel Pike needs to tighten things up. He's been in a couple of situations to throw Van Dusen down for the count and end this match, but Van Dusen, give credit to the big guy from West Liberty, he has kept on. There's going to be a 2-point takedown by Van Dusen. Oh, off the edge of the mat. I'll tell you what, that was a questionable call there by our official. Van Dusen showing a little bit of quickness there and looking for 2 points on the takedown. The West Liberty coaches certainly wanted 2 points. Not going to get it as we're going back to neutral here. Daniel Pike and Dylan Van Dusen. We told you this would be quite a match, just like it was last week. 18 seconds left to go in the second period. And Zach, this is a fun heavyweight match. These guys are getting after it.
Yeah, they know it's their last match of their season right here, so they're both getting after it, working hard.
Another quick update here for the Oelwein Husky fans. Zach Lamphere from Oelwein finishing in 7th place with a 3-0 win over Seth Maitland from Creston.
And that's a big win for Lamphere over a very good Maitland. So the Huskies will get a medalist, and that's a good thing. All right, Pike with a 2-point takedown on the edge of the mat to end that second period. He now goes up 10-4, and Van Dusen is going to go. Van Dusen is going to go neutral. It's going to be his choice this third period. Van Dusen looking for a throw on Pike. Pike doing a nice job keeping his hips back and working the edge of the mat. And our officials telling both of them to circle back to the middle. 143. There's Van Dusen forcing the pressure on Pike. Pike's got a good headlock. He might launch Van Dusen. He doesn't need to, but I'll tell you what, he's got an opportunity to do it again. 129 left to go. Third period, Pike up 10-4. And Van Dusen, there's no quit here. Van Dusen trying to come with an underhook on Pike. Van Dusen, a lot of pressure. He's got a body lock on Pike. Pike finds the pressure and off the edge of the mat. Van Dusen was off right there. So that was a good call by our official as the left leg was in and the right leg slid out of bounds, but it's still he had Daniel Pike going backwards. 1:12 left to go. Daniel Pike winning 1-0 over Mitch Soliski to start this tournament, then winning by a fall over a very good Kyle Davis from Columbus Junction, who was 40-3, and then he lost a hard-fought 2-1 match to Mario Pina in the semis, winning by a fall in 2:45 his first round this morning over Bobby Heilman from I-35. Now he's got the West Liberty Van Dusen. There's Van Dusen going to pick up a 2-point takedown, 10-6. Van Dusen on the go right here. He's going to cut Pike loose. Thought he was going to cut Pike loose. And I think his coaches want him to cut Pike loose. And we'll see. He's going to cut Pike loose, and Pike is going to dive in on a single and hang on to that leg of Van Dusen. Van Dusen is hipping into Pike. 31 seconds left to go. And we'll see if we get a stalemate here. Is that going to be a stalemate, Zach? The official, he's going to let him wrestle there. Van Dusen is going to pick Pike up and pull him back underneath. 18 seconds left. Now Pike is going to cut, or Van Dusen is going to cut Pike loose. 11-6 right now. Van Dusen looking for a throw to tie this thing up. He's going to have to hustle. Pike is sagging on Van Dusen. Van Dusen's going to headbutt Pike. Pike's going to back up. 5 seconds left to go. So if Daniel Pike can avoid getting tossed to his back here, that's going to do it. Start the clock. They never started the clock. Oh, now they're going to run the clock out. They never started the clock. Now they're going to run the clock out. Should be 3 seconds left.
Yeah, 3.
Should be 3 left. The West Liberty coach, he wants 5. Of course.
Yeah, just
you
one.
want 5.
There was a little more than 1 second that ran off that clock.
Yeah, the West Liberty coach would say, hey, put 5 back on there. There was 5 left. And the Monticello coach is saying there's probably 2. And
I don't think he really cares.
They're going to put it in the middle at 3. There you have it right there. Pike shoots on the whistle. And he's going to give Van Dusen 2. It's going to be 11-8 win. Regardless of win's a win, Daniel Pike will be on that 3rd step, Class 2A, the bronze medalist, ranked 10th in the last rankings. Daniel Pike is going to finish 3rd, having a tremendous state tournament for the Monticello Panthers. And that's a good thing, you guys. He's a senior. He's going to finish his career as a bronze medalist. He came in the tournament at 36-3. He was 4-1 here. He's going to leave at 40-4. That's an outstanding senior season for the Monticello Panther.
Well, it is, and that's what you like to see. You know, after last year, you know, you get McQuillan from Monticello take home that state title, and now he comes in and finishes with a 3rd place finish. Great job by Daniel Pike.
Well, Jamie, our next wrestler will not be till 1:32. That will be Austin Hosh wrestling for 5th and 6th. And then for Western Dubuque, and then we'll have Dylan Ganson wrestling for 7th and 8th. And then we'll have Max Line wrestle for 3rd and 4th. So let's take another short timeout. We'll send it back to Coach John Schwischer at the stadium, or at the station. He'd like to be at the stadium. He's at the station today. We'll take a timeout. We'll catch our breath, and we'll be back with Austin Hosh. Stay with us. You're listening to Hold by Hold Wrestling Action right here from the Well on Eastern Iowa's Wrestling Leader, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
And Austin Hosh up over on mat number 1. 0-0 our score as he's taking on Matt Wempen from Linn-Mar in the 5th and 6th place match. Both wrestlers still on their feet as Wempen trying to whip over on Hosh. Hosh doing a great job of sitting out trying to kill it. And they're going to go off the edge of the mat. 51 seconds left to go first period.
Well, Jamie, it was easy when the Bobcats had their black singlets on to see. Now they put their red championship singlets on, and Linn-Mar's matching that with their red and black championship singlets. So we're going to have to spy very, very closely. The Bobcats they do have the Bobcats down their spine written in white letters. So as long as Austin Hosh's back is to us, we'll be able to tell who is who. This is for 5th and 6th. And once again, Zach Hosh taking those long shots, and this time Wempen double underhooks Hosh and keeps him at bay with that double underhook. Now a front headlock by Wempen. Wempen injured through the course of the season. He's 20-5 right now. He came into the tournament at 17-3. He wrestled 1 match, that first duel against Prairie. He's 20-5 right now, so not a lot of matches, but I'll tell you what, he's wrestling for 5th and 6th. 10 seconds left to go. Hard collar tie by Hosh. And this first period is going to end. Wempen having a big knee pad on his left knee. Short and stocky Matt Wempen for the Linn-Mar Lions. It's going to be Hosh's choice. He's going to choose down to start this second period. And again, no defer there. Hosh, he didn't even look over to Coach Paul Cleary. He said, I'm going down. And that's a whistle from the other mat. Wempen started with a chop, a tight waist and a chop, and they both reacted on the whistle to the other mat, so no caution. And now we're going to get a caution against Wempen for anticipating the whistle. So here we go, 2 minutes, second period. We got Goose Eggs up on the board, 0 for the fine senior from Western Dubuque, Austin Hosh. Matt Wempen is only a junior for Coach Doug Stryker and the Linn-Mar Lions, so he'll have another year to put that singlet back on. So Austin Hosh would certainly like to leave this tournament, like we said, on the odd step. But he's got Wempen up on top of him right now, and those Linn-Mar Lions are very deadly on top, especially with the wing series. So Hosh is going to have to do a good job of clearing those arms and getting himself back to his feet. Right now, Wempen on top, riding parallel. He's got that high thigh ride on Zach McCool, and that's pretty hard to get your hips up.
It is. He's got a tough ride right now. Not much that Hosh can do. A lot of pressure on his head with that high thigh ride. Hosh has got to get his head off the mat.
Well, 1:12 left to go. Wempen still riding that hard. Now he's got a wing loaded up on the left side of Hosh. Hosh is going to try to get to his feet, and Wempen drives Hosh to the outside edge of the mat. We're going to get a restart.
Fifth place match at 138, Levi Gilmore.
So here we go.
He's to report to
Jamie, you see a lot of
injury involved. Gilmore, Spencer, please report to mat 5.
Jamie, we've seen a lot of emotions here this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Both positive and negative.
No, we do, and you're wrestling for a place, you're wrestling for that odd step, or in those consolation semifinals, and you just got to. That's what you expect when you get down here to the state tournament.
Well, we got 50 seconds left to go, and no stalling we've seen. Now we're going to get stalling against Wempen. And Coach Stryker.
This is exactly what happened last match. Was Hosh getting out late in the period, doesn't do much the whole first minute, and then all of a sudden he turns it on in the last seconds of his period here. So hopefully that's what we see in this match also.
Well, if you choose down, you got to be able to get out from underneath. You got to be able to clear your hips. You got to be able to work some hand control. And now Wempen goes right back to that figure 4 high on the thigh. Now cross face by Wempen hard from left to right. 25 seconds left to go. And Hosh finds himself underneath. And we're going to get a stalemate. I'd like to see Hosh maybe try a sit out. Something that's going to move his hips away from Wempen. But again, Wempen doing a fine job controlling those hips of Hosh. And we're going to get a caution now against Hosh for anticipating the whistle. 21 seconds left. Wempen's going to ride the right side. Hosh with a Granby roll on Wempen down to his feet. Let's see if he can turn this into 2. Might be a 2-point reversal by Hosh. 2-point reversal by Hosh as he steps inside the leg of Wempen. And it was 2 when Hosh had it. Wempen readjusted, and Coach Stryker not pleased about that one bit, but Coach clearly real pleased about it. And Coach Stryker's going to call that official over to the table. But it was too early. Right when Hosh went to the scramble and threw his left leg inside the right leg of Wempen, it was 2. But Wempen readjusted there before it went up. And I think it's going to stand. It's going to stand, so here we go. 2 minutes left to go. 2 minutes left to go in the match. It's going to be Wempen's choice. He's going to choose down. Hosh has to ride him. There's a switch attempt by Wempen. Hosh casts himself back around to counter the switch. Wempen to his feet. Hosh is going to try to lift and return. Wempen splits the hands of Hosh. Now Wempen is on the go. Wempen is on the prowl. Wempen is after Hosh. Hosh is really going to have to wrestle smart here this last 1 minute and 42 seconds. Hosh knows how to win a close match. He also lost a 3-1 match to Clint Lembeck in our preliminaries this morning here to throw him to this 5th and 6th place match. And he lost a 5-1 match to Chase Sini to open up the tournament. But there's a nice shot by Hosh. He's going to hit a Kelly on Wempen. He's going to score 2. He's going to cover the hips of the junior from Linn-Mar Marion. 4-1 now in favor of Austin Hosh. So looking pretty good here. But again, you can't sit on that lead. Hosh now goes back down to the hips. Traps that left arm of Matt Wempen underneath him, and he's working hard to try to hit a tilt on Wempen. Wempen's going to work some hand control. Now Wempen up to an inside, trying to get an inside stand-up. Hard chop, tight waist now by Hosh. Head lever by Hosh. He's to the outside, doing a nice job. 59 seconds left to go. Run clock, run. Tight waist by Hosh again. He's going to have to get out to the outside. Our official's looking for that stall ride. And Coach Stryker asking for stalling. He wasn't saying anything when his wrestler was riding that high thigh ride. He was saying keeping it up. Now Hosh is riding that tight waist head lever. He's looking for a stalling call. There's a sit-out turn in by Wempen. Wempen's going to pick up a 2-point reversal. There it is. It's 4-3 right now. And there's an escape by Hosh. There's an escape by Hosh, and it's going to be a Kelly by Wempen. Wempen's going to tie this up, and now back points by Wempen. Wempen might get the fall here. 27 seconds, and there's the fall. And 5:35. Lost by fall in 5:35. Tell you what, Jamie, you could just kind of see Matt Wempen gain the momentum. That's not going to sit well for the senior from Epworth Western Dubuque. He's going to come to the state tournament, and he's going to go 3-3. So he will end his senior season at 44-4. But a fine season nonetheless. You know, he was ranked 6th all season, and Jamie's going to finish 6th here today.
Yeah, he is. And, you know, a great job here by Austin Hosh, a great career for him. And a great job by him coming in here and finishing in 6th place.
Boy, you got up with that big lead, Zach. And again, when you talk about building the lead or sitting on the lead, you know, we saw Wempen scored that 2 on the reversal. And, you know, Hosh just kind of set. And then it was all about letting them loose and hitting that Kelly. And then Matt Wempen will leave here in 5th place. And Austin Hosh will leave here in 6th place, and he will close out his career as a Bobcat. Again, tremendous career for Coach Paul Cleary as Austin Hosh. Again, 44-4. You know, you win 40 matches in your senior season, in any season. That's a great season.
Absolutely. You know, that's what you're looking for is to win 40 matches. When you hit the 30 mark and the 40 mark, that's a great year. And obviously, he only had 1 loss coming into this tournament. So that's a great career. Not the way you wanted to end your career, but at the same point is look back at that career. Not very many losses your senior year or for your total career. So that's a nice job by Hosh.
And you're going to have a medal to wrap around your neck as just a reminder. And at some point that'll sink in. 1:11 left to go here in the first period. And Dylan Ganson taking on Dion Claiborne from Sioux City North. This is a rematch of first round action in which Dion Claiborne was beaten by Ganson 3-1. Ganson opened up this first period with a very fine double leg takedown on Claiborne to take an early lead 2-0. And I'm telling you what, Ganson's got to wrestle with confidence here. You don't want to lose to somebody that you beat earlier when it comes down to a medal here.
Yeah, he should come in here with confidence after already beating your opponent. So you should know how he wrestles. You should know what you need to do to win this match again.
All right, 47 seconds left to go. Claiborne to his feet. He's going to split the hands of Ganson and score a 1-point escape. So back to work we go on our feet. We're waiting for Max Lyon to come up here. He will be wrestling for the bronze medal shortly. And we did not have his opponent when we took our last break, but I know Jamie, our stat man, Jamie, Mr. Fax, will have that for us. 22 seconds. Again, everybody comes to these our 3 seats here, looking for facts and stats, and Jamie's got them. 18 seconds left, 2-1 lead. Jamie, you are the man.
Now I know you're just messing with me,
We
buddy.
will not, don't believe anything else anybody ever says. You are the man right here. 2 seconds left, 2-1. We're going to go to the second period.
Stand by, 5th place match at 160.
Now, people don't understand, you know, they're listening to what we're doing, but they're not seeing actually what you're doing, keeping that book updated. You've got 2 computers and you've got your cell phone all on stats, all looking for what our wrestlers have done and what they were going to be doing. You keep that book updated, and you've got scores for us and all that, and that is tremendously hard work, detailed work, but it makes what Zach and I are doing very easy. And we certainly appreciate that. And our fans out there, our listeners out there also. I don't know if we have any fans, but we've got some listeners. We've got some listeners. We've got some listeners out there, and we certainly appreciate it.
I think it's only because they have to.
This is true. This is true. But again, outstanding job, and very, very much appreciated. 1:20 left to go. Escape by Claiborne to start this second period, and it's tied up at deuces, and Ganson dives in on a single, and boy, he had the leg up. He had the right leg of Dion Claiborne up above his head, and he tripped trying to back trip Claiborne. Claiborne pounced on Ganson, and Ganson had to come out of a scramble.
Roger, we saw that yesterday, I believe in his match where he had a leg up in the air and pulled it right back on top of him. And that's kind of what he just did there. We like to see forward pressure instead of backwards pressure when you have a leg up.
Yeah, be physical with it. You know, take that forward, front trip it, take that guy down. It's 2-2. right now we will have Max Lyon. They're just starting to call the 170-pounders up. Max Lyon for the Western Dubuque Bobcats. He will be wrestling for that bronze medal, and that's going to be another exciting match. 31 seconds left here. Claiborne has yet to take a shot on Ganson. It's been Ganson's offense from his feet and Claiborne's defense from underneath. Ganson now in on a double, and Claiborne's going to down block on Ganson, and they go off the edge of the mat. So a restart with 21 seconds. Boy, what Dylan Ganson wouldn't use for a 2-point takedown right here with short time left in the match. And again, you got to be very careful. You don't want to give up two. We've seen that several times here. Now Claiborne tries a snatch single to the right side of Ganson, and Ganson does a nice job straightening that right leg, and we're going to get injury time as Ganson hit that down block on Claiborne. We've got blood timeout, so Ganson's going to have to go to the corner. Ganson's going to have to go to the corner and get that retaped. And we're going to go right into Max Lyon's match. Match 7.
He's taking on Brady Letney.
Oh, Brady Letney. And they did not meet at the regional duels, if I remember.
Yes, they did.
They did?
That was a Letney win.
Over Lyon? Yeah. Yep.
5-2.
Okay, you are exactly right. Thank you. I knew you. You're amazing. Brady Letney from Pleasant Valley.
Don't care what Swish says about me, right?
Don't care what anybody says about you there, Jamie Vasky. It just matters what Zach and I think about you. All right. Brady Letney from Pleasant Valley will be Max Lyon's opponent on mat number 7. That'll be the far east mat. Dylan Ganson gets his head taped up. Now Dion Claiborne gets his head taped up. I'll tell you what, we got these trainers from Iowa State are staying busy. And again, you know, these wrestlers, some of them have wrestled 6 matches, Zach, and when you bang heads and butt heads, there's nothing protecting your forehead. You got that headgear protecting your ears, but there's nothing protecting your forehead. And I'll tell you what, you see bruises, you see cuts, you see gashes, and you know, at this point, the fourth day for some people, if you wrestled here Wednesday, the 4th day, that starts to take the toll.
Yeah, your body starts breaking down. You really got to know how to take care of your body wrestling that many matches in that many days. It's pretty tough to do. But the guys that usually take care of their body best, get the best rest, are the guys that usually come out on top.
Well, Max Lyon and Brady Letney underway. Letney, the senior from Pleasant Valley, again wrestling for the bronze medal. 0-0 on that match. We're going to the 3rd period here. Claiborne and Ganson tied up at 2 apiece, and it's going to be Ganson's choice. He's going to choose down. Well, if you're Dylan Ganson, a 2-point reversal would be huge, but you've got to score a point. Any way you can get a point, that's going to give you the lead. Claiborne with a hard chop on Ganson. Ganson is belly down on the center of the mat. Claiborne now working hard. He's got a double inside wrist. Applied a lot of pressure forward. Dylan Ganson trying to get his hips up, and Claiborne bumps him forward one more time and sends him flat on the mat. We might get a stalemate. Claiborne now with a cross body right in on the right side of Ganson, and we're going to get a stalemate.
Still scoreless down here with Lyon and Letney. 1 minute left to go in this first period. Lyon has a front headlock position on Letney, and we're going to get a stalemate. 53 seconds left to go first period.
There's a quick stand-up by Ganson. He's going to score 1. Now in on a double. Let's see if he can back trip Claiborne. Claiborne underhooks and tries to throw Ganson. Ganson now with a lift and return. Claiborne trying to find the outside edge of the mat. There's a 2-point takedown. 3-point lead now for Dylan Ganson, and that's great motion right there, guys.
It is, and you know, we probably didn't even have to announce the 2-point takedown, as you could hear it from the Bobcat fans down here below us. They always sit down right below us, and you could hear them when Ganson picked up that takedown, a big 2, and he gets the 2-point takedown and goes up 5-2. Well, and here's Letney with a takedown on Lyon.
What I liked about Ganson, Zach and Jamie, is he scored that 1 and then turned right around and attacked the double on Claiborne.
Once again, we go back to talking about chain wrestling. Guys that are able to chain wrestle, put one move into another move to score more points, usually comes out on the better end.
Well, there's a sit-out, turn-in, stand-up by, talk about chain wrestling. Claiborne went to a sit-out, then he turned in and came right to his feet, split the hands of Ganson, and scored a one-point escape. It's now 5-3 with 34 seconds left. So, boy, for Dylan Ganson, now you got to work on hand control. We've seen this situation the whole weekend. You got the lead. You got to move in close. You got to tie up hands. You got to keep your feet moving. Don't be a sitting target if you're Dylan Ganson. Move. Now you're 15 seconds left to go in the match. Move side to side. Tie up hands. A long single attempt by Claiborne. Underhook now by Ganson on the edge of the mat. Good place to be if you're Dylan Ganson. You thought it was a good place to be. Claiborne tries to throw him. Ganson launches Claiborne on his back. Time's going to expire. You're going to get 2 and 2, I think. No back. 2 for the takedown. And I don't think you're going to get any back, but that's a 7-3. They're going to give him 2 back. It's a 9-3 win for Dylan Ganson, and he will take 7th place. What a great tournament for Dylan Ganson. He's going to go 3 and 2, and he just won his 40th match of the season. He will finish at 40 and 8 for his senior season. Again, Zach, you talked about hitting that 40th win plateau, and right there for the very fine senior Dylan Ganson for Western Dubuque.
Yes, nice job. You go back to talking about 3A class too. Wrestling that and getting 40 wins is pretty impressive. Wrestling those bigger schools, bigger guys, that's a nice job by Ganson.
Well, let's go right back over to mat number 7, and we've got a barn burner going on in Max Lyon and Brady Letney. Letney, the fine senior from Pleasant Valley. There's a long shot by Ganson. Short drag by Ganson. By Lyon. Can he get the corner? And Letney squares him off. Boy, good footwork there by the freshman. Again, this is the 1, 2, 3, 4th really, really good senior that Max Lyon has taken on in the state tournament. He's beaten 2 out of the 3. His lone loss was to finalist Blake Walensky from Dallas Center Grimes, 3-1. 43 seconds left in the second period. Letney up 2-1. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be Letney's choice to start the third period. 31 seconds left. Boy, what Max Lyon wouldn't give for a 2-point takedown right here. Sweep single by Lyon. Letney with a down block. A reshot, half a shot by Letney. Lyon now on the stalk. 17 seconds left to go. Lyon now drops down to one knee. Letney's going to square stance up and just sit in place. There's a single attempt by Lyon. A little bit too far away. Telegraphed that shot a little bit. Easy for the senior from Pleasant Valley to counter. Again, guys, what I like about this freshman is he's not intimidated. He has not been intimidated one iota out of anybody that he's wrestled here at this tournament.
He hasn't, and you can't be, and that's he comes in here, he stays cool, doesn't let his emotions get to him because, you know, he's, like we said, he's wrestling mostly seniors and upperclassmen, so he's had a heck of a tournament. He's ready to go here, last period of his first state tournament.
And Letney's choice, he's going to go down to start the third period. He starts with a stand-up and a nice chop by Lyon, and Lyon goes over the top of Letney, tries to snap him back. Letney's going to turn through on that sit-out and face Lyon, and Lyon's going to give him a shove away. Lyon's going to give him a shove away, and now we're going to settle this thing on our feet. And the coaches from Western Dubuque saying, hey, work that head, snap and spin, get your 2. I think Letney's record at this point, Pleasant Valley qualified for the state duels. Letney, I believe, was 2-1 there. That would be 48-4. And 4-1 would be 52-5 is Letney's record right now. So that's a really, really good season. Max Lyon trying to get this 5th win of the state tournament. He's 4-1 right now. That's incredible there. You're wrestling your 6th match in the state tournament as a freshman. You're still in the tournament. You're wrestling for 3rd or 4th place. Max Lyon will join Brett Lammers as high expectations will be. They'll have high expectations as they look to their next wrestling season. There's a single attempt by Lyon just a little bit too far away, and Zach, he needs to find a setup for that shot.
Yeah, he does. He's doing a nice job of keeping a good pace. He's got to continue to work. He's only down 2 points, so he's got to go to work here.
Once again, a long single shot by Letney, front headlock by Lyon. Letney's going to grab onto that right elbow of Lyon and try to hit him with a Kelly. Lyon's going to sag back on him. Now Lyon's going to drop the head of Letney to the mat, and that's a good opportunity to burn some clock right there for Letney, and he did just that, as Lyon could not free his elbow from underneath that grasp of Letney. Now Lyon trying to go to an underhook, a double underhook on Letney. He's going to hit a throw by. Can he drive Letney over to his hips? He did. He crowded Letney. It's tied up at 3s. Letney now with the sit-out turn-in. 14 seconds left to go. Lyon trying to hang on. Lyon trying to back trip Letney, and he tries to take him down to the mat, and Letney's going to sneak out of here with a 2-point reversal. He's going to pull his head out and score the reversal on Max Lyon, and Letney will eke out a 5-3 win. Oh boy, what a great job by the freshman from Western Dubuque. He's going to get a big round of applause. That was a bull rush again. And Zach?
Roger, that's basically the only thing he could do right there. He lost all control there. He only had a chance at a scramble situation there, slipped out, and got the reversal against him. So, you know, he was in a bad position either. He was either going to give up one and eventually gave up the 2 instead with the great effort there to try to create a scramble and just lost it.
Yeah, he tried it. He was wrapped around the head of Letney, and he tried an inside trip, and Letney just sagged on him and popped his head out. And I'll tell you what, Jamie, it's going to be fun watching Max Lyon these next 3 years. If he improves, if he continues to wrestle and improve, it's going to be a lot of fun for us to cover the Bobcats.
That certainly will, and he's. It looks like he's going to do that because he's wrestled so great so far in his freshman season, and we look for better things for him to come. Well, we're going to take a short break. We'll come back with our Class 1A wrestlers. Brock Henderson from Northland will be up first for us, and then we'll have Jared Coyle from Maquoketa Valley, Sawyer Amling from Edco coming up in those placing matches, and then we will be done until our finals tonight, as those will get underway. About 6 o'clock is when the Grand March starts. Our first match is not until 182 pounds, so somewhere around 8:45, 9 o'clock. So we'll have time for West Delaware, Western Dubuque basketball for you tonight with John Swisher, maybe John Swisher, not sure. And we will have actually, good call, Roger, we've got our national anthem we will have to play for that championship round, as we'll have Korea Philgreen on there for tonight. So we'll come back, we'll play the national anthem, we'll get you set, I'll let you know who we're all going to have coming into tonight, and then we will send it for that basketball game later tonight. That's going to do it for us for right now. We'll be right back in just a little bit. You're listening to state wrestling coverage right here on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH. Welcome back in. We're back to action here. Class 1A, third place match. We're going to have Brock Henderson from Northland taking on Jeremiah Colon from Newman Catholic Mason City. And Colon is a sophomore, came into the tournament 38-3.
There were some Colognes that wrestled for Clear Lake several years ago, Jamie. I'm not sure if that was any relation here.
I don't think so.
Colon,
maybe.
Colon is 41-4, and he is a sophomore for the Mason City Newman Knights, I believe. There's a long single shot by Henderson, and Colon pulled Henderson right up in an underhook. Another low shot by Henderson. And Zach, I like what Henderson's doing. We're 20 seconds into the match, and Henderson's taking 2 shots. There's a scramble by Colon. He comes out of that shot by Henderson. Henderson's trying to roll him through. Colon is up on top of Henderson. He's picking up the 2 on the takedown. Now he's got back points as he's laced through the legs of Henderson. Now Colon adjusts on top of Henderson. Henderson trying to keep that right shoulder up. Colon trying to throw his hips down and cover that right shoulder, or that left shoulder. Henderson trying to keep that left shoulder up, and he's going to roll through, but that's a 5-point move for the sophomore from Mason City Newman. 5-0 lead. Boy, what a great shot by Henderson. He got in that single, and as he was bringing it up, Colon rolled and went through the legs of Henderson and came out on top of the scramble. So we just talked about how what a nice start that was for Henderson, coming out with a couple of quick shots in the first 20 seconds. But you get caught there, Zach, and now you've got a deep hole to dig out of.
Yeah, he's got to get after it, keep scoring points here. He just got 1 point escape. Now get back to those great shots that he just took. Instead, getting in scramble situations, finish.
Well, we saw Cologne. He's very good in this position. We saw him give a single to a guy and hit him with the Chiapparelli for a pin to get to this position. But there's a nice job by Brock Henderson. This time he got in tight on that single, kept his head tight, and didn't give Cologne the opportunity to get under hooks and to throw him. 5-3 now as the period ends. That's a great shot at the end of the period for the freshman from North Lynn. It's going to be Cologne's choice. He's going to choose down to start this second period. 2 minutes on the clock. Second period posted. Scores 5 for Jeremiah Cologne. Again, 41-4. There's a 1 point escape by Henderson. It's 5-4 now. So the freshman sensation from North Lynn has clawed his way back into this match, down 5-0 at 1 point. It's now 5-4. He scored four unanswered points with 2 escapes and a takedown. 1:35 left to go. Cologne trying to come to a double underhook on Henderson. He's going to crowd Henderson to the edge of the mat, and no points.
In a little bit different situation here. Last match, Henderson was up 5-0, kind of coasted through that match. Now going down 5-0 in this match. Now he's, after the offense here. So that's what we like to see. Maybe this is a little bit better, start to a match than what last match was. So hopefully we see Henderson keep up the pace here.
Yeah, regardless of what the score is, you got to keep wrestling. Now we're going to get stalling against Henderson for backing out. Unbelievable, but there's a long single shot by Cologne. Hard whizzer by Henderson. Reshot by Henderson. He's in on a double. He's going to cover the hips of Cologne and pick up 2. That's just what the doctor ordered right there. Henderson now up 6-5, has scored 6 unanswered points. He has scored 6 unanswered points.
Roger.
And now he's up 6-5.
We do have listeners. Coach Danner just let us know that Cologne is from Clear Lake. So we do have listeners, and we appreciate him tuning in. He's probably just left the session here and listening to us, and we appreciate him letting us know about that.
There's a 2-point reversal by Cologne, and he's got Henderson on his back. He did a sit-out turn in and crowded Henderson, ended up with a half Nelson, 25 seconds left to go. You can see the scramble ability of Cologne from Mason City Newman, and he's going to win that by a fall in 3:37. Cologne will win by a fall in 3:37. So Cologne will take the bronze medal, and Brock Henderson, Jamie, not pleased about that. You can see that as he sprints off the edge of the mat. You're leading that match, and Zach, we just talked about that. You're leading that match, and you're wrestling somebody that's very good with the scramble. Again, you've got to tighten everything up, control hips, and not give your opponent clearance with the hips to put them in that scramble situation.
Those guys are very, very tough to wrestle. Guys that can get into situations and scramble from any position. Like you said, tighten things up, make sure that you got everything tied down before you think about making a move or taking a shot and all that stuff.
Well, that's going to be one that stings a little bit, but Brock Henderson has had a fine coming out party here at the state tournament. He's going to leave here 3-2, wrestling 5 matches. He's going to, his season record here will be 38-6. That's a very fine record for a freshman, and you're going to leave here on the podium in the number 4 spot. And he started in December climbing the rankings and moved his way up, got himself to the state tournament here, had done an outstanding job down here, winning 6-1, winning 5-2, and then losing to 2 very tough opponents, Portillo from Clarion Goldfield, 12-2, and then to Cologne from Mason City Newman, who was 41-4 in the fall in 3:37. So, Jamie, it's not always easy, and that's why it's a state tournament.
It is, and we've talked about it every time out. You're gonna have a good kid. That's why they're here, and you just gotta remember that you're gonna have to step your game up a little bit.
Well, our next wrestler up will be Maquoketa Valley's Jared Coyle at weight class 126, and he will be wrestling for 7th and 8th place. They are just calling the 120-pounders. On mat number 5, they're just calling Jared Coyle up. He will be taking on Brad Kirchhoff from Audubon, who's a junior at 46-8. So another tough opponent for Coyle. He's had Brady Rudin from Wilton, who is 48-1, and Trent Johnson from Dyke New Hartford, who is 42-4, and now Kirchhoff 46-8. So I'm telling you what, that's going to be another barn burner for the senior from Maquoketa Valley, trying to finish out his career. And then we'll have class 138. We'll have Sawyer Amling from Edgewood Colesburg wrestling for 5th and 6th. So if everything works out right, we'll have Coyle and then go right into Amling's match. And we'll have his opponent here in just a few minutes. Kirchhoff from Audubon, Coyle from Maquoketa Valley. Coyle coming in at 45-5. He's 2-2, so he's 47-7 right now. 54. This is his 55th match. So a lot of matches. Kirchhoff dives right in on the whistle, dives in on a single.
Nice job there by Coyle. He's got to fight this off here. He's got to fight this off as he's got to whizzer in. And Kirchhoff trying to finish here, and he's going to trip or dump Coyle, but Coyle does a nice job. He stays with it. He's still got that whizzer in, still fighting on his feet. 1:30 left to go first period. Kirchhoff trying to elevate that leg and dump Coyle down, and he's going to pick up a 2-point takedown and goes up 2-0 here.
Well, we've seen Sawyer Amling get in a little bit of a hole. That's going to be a 2-point tilt by Kirchhoff. And Zach, you got to come out. This is your last match of the season. You got to come out on fire here a little bit. And, Sawyer Amling been ranked. I think he was ranked as high as 2nd during the course of the year. And he finds himself down 4-1 already to a very good Kirchhoff from Audubon.
This is Coyle.
Oh, Coyle, thank you. Thank you.
Amling's up.
Amling's up. My mistake.
Up.
Thank you very much, Jamie. Thank you very much. Scared our Viking listeners, I'm sure. Coyle in a hole, 4-0. 56 seconds left to go in the first period. Kirchhoff up on top now, right in an inside wrist. He's got it out to a bar. He rolls it out to a bar. He may be working for that. 2-point tilt again. We saw him load Coyle up earlier with it, and now it goes around the head. He might try to launch Coyle to his back. Scoops the head of Coyle. He's still got that right arm. And Coyle's going to sit out and face Kirchhoff, maybe picking up 1 point. The senior from Maquoketa Valley trying to pick up a 1-point escape, and he does. We'll see if he can pick up the tempo here and get back in this match. Nice escape, nice hand control. 4-1 lead now for Kirchhoff for Audubon. So Jared Coyle now in on a single. 12 seconds left to go. Let's see if he can make this count. He's got that leg up. He moves it to the inside, tries to cut across to a double, and he does. That's going to be a 2-point takedown. With 1 second left to go, Coyle tightens it up, 4-3. That's a great job by the senior from Maquoketa Valley. Take advantage of that short time, Zach. How many times have we seen that during the course of these 4 days?
Oh, man. Several. You can win a lot of matches that way. You can lose a lot of matches that way. You got to always continue to wrestle till, that whistle blows.
Yeah, take advantage. There's a stand-up by Kirchhoff. Coyle drops in on a double. He's going to backtrip Kirchhoff. Now he's going to give Kirchhoff a 1-point escape. And Kirchhoff goes up now 5-3. Kirchhoff up 5-3. Kirchhoff now in on a double, in on a single with his head to the outside. And he tries to dump Coyle to his backside. Coyle now draped over the top of Kirchhoff. He's got his hands threaded through the crotch of Kirchhoff and trying to down block him, trying to roll him through, and we're going to get a stalemate. All right, here we go. Back to action. 5-3. 5-3. 1:19 left to go in the second period. Good hand control by Coyle. Tap and go by Coyle. He's back in on that single. Let's see if he can finish it. And Kirchhoff doing a nice job controlling that left hand of Coyle. Coyle's got that leg with one hand. Coyle now tries to step in front of Kirchhoff and throw him, and Kirchhoff sags. So a great shot. Great hand control by Kirchhoff, Zach. So we're back to our feet. High crotch now by Kirchhoff, and he takes that left leg of Jared Coyle, and he sits Coyle on his left hip. Now Kirchhoff traps that right arm, or excuse me, that left arm of Coyle, and he's going to try to score 2. Coyle might have the defensive takedown here, but Kirchhoff up in a scramble. Coyle dives in on the right leg and tries to pull Kirchhoff back into the mat. Got to be careful. You better stand up with that leg. Now Coyle dives back in across the legs, tries to get a double on Kirchhoff, and Kirchhoff stuffs the head of Coyle, and now Kirchhoff tries to kick free. A referee's going to let him wrestle right there. 13 seconds left to go in the period now off the edge of the mat. Zach, Jamie, and I talked during the course of the year. We're trying to think how long it's going to be before Iowa High School goes to the college rule of letting them wrestle until both of them are completely off the mat.
I would like to see that. That makes it a little bit bigger room for you to, especially those guys that we talked about that are edge wrestlers, that like to wrestle on the edge and go to the edge and wrestle. The other thing I wouldn't mind seeing also is riding time. See a lot of guys ride people out for a period or period and a half. I start thinking that, these high school wrestlers need to get, rewarded for being able to do that.
Well, you're right, and, we'll see how. I know there's going to be some consideration to the Rules Committee about looking at that, considering it. The other thing that would do is take a lot of judgment away from the officials. Are they in? Are they out? Well, if they're completely out, they're out, but if just a portion of you are still in bounds, let them wrestle. Coyle's going to choose down to start this third period. He comes to a stand-up. Kirchhoff drops in on a single. Nice down block by Coyle. He's going to hit a go-behind to pick up 2. This thing's tied up 5-5. So Jared Coyle has worked his way back into this match, tied up 5-5 with 1:21 left to go. Kirchhoff now with an outside stand-up. He's going to turn and face Coyle. Now a stand-up. It's going to be a 1-point escape for Kirchhoff. It's now 6-5. So Coyle's got some work left to do with 1:09 left to go in this match. 1:05 left to go. Coyle needs to find a way to attack that single leg, get back in on that leg, and pick it up. 57 seconds left to go in this match now. 56 seconds left to go in the career of Jared Coyle. Zach, you don't want to lose a 1-point match here. You want to go out with a bang here. There's a single by Kirchhoff. He's in deep. Coyle with a hard whizzer. Nice down block. See if Coyle can hit a go-behind. He's got a 2-point takedown. Oh boy, lost the leg. But now he's got that single. Let's see if he can pull Kirchhoff back in. And Kirchhoff works his way off the edge of the mat. We're going to get stalling against Kirchhoff.
Second, Bettendorf, 146.
31 seconds left.
Class 3A,
6-5. 25 seconds. 25 seconds left to go. Coyle's got to shoot here. He's got to go, guys. 20 seconds left to go. Kirchhoff has been warned for stalling. Coyle's got to shoot. You got to make an attempt to shoot here. There's a long shot by Coyle. He's in on a single. 12 seconds left to go. You got to dump him here. Lift him up. Try to dump him. 8 seconds left to go. Coyle now dropped in on a single again. 4 seconds left to go. He's got a single picked up. Can he finish it? He's got 2 seconds, and not going to happen as Kirchhoff stuffs the head of Coyle. Coyle's going to lose that match by a score of 6-5. Boy, a couple of tough luck losses today for Jared Coyle, losing 7-4 to Trent Johnson from Dyke, and then losing 6-5 to Brad Kirchhoff. So Jared Coyle was 2-3 at the state tournament. He's going to finish here at 47-8. But again, regardless, that's a fine season. He's going to be a two-time state medalist for the Wildcats, a 4-time state qualifier, 2-time medalist, and that's something to hang your hat on.
It is, and Sawyer Amley's going to be up over here on mat number 8. So, a great career by Jared Coyle. Couple time place winner for the Wildcats is last year. Did he place last year? Yeah, he got 6th last year at 120 pounds. So great career for the Wildcat there, and he was fun to watch. That's for sure.
Well, Sawyer Amling, another tough cookie here, as he's going to take on Eric Freed from Mount Ayr. Freed came into the tournament as a district winner, 50-4. now 53-6. 53-6. This is Freed's 60th match. Zach McCool of the season. That is just unbelievable. That has got to be, I think that's the maximum number of matches that you could possibly wrestle. So Sawyer Amling needs to get out to a quick start here. Match underway on mat number 8. This will be our last match of this session. And we will be ready to go for the finals tonight. So 4 matches, 4 area wrestlers in the finals. Jamie will have that for you here later. Eric Freed, the senior. Sawyer Amling in on a nice knee snatch, covers the hips of Freed, picks up 2. That's just what the doctor ordered right there. That was Johnny Quick on that shot, got in, picked the knee up, covered the hips, and now Freed comes right to his feet. There's a 1-point escape. Now it's 2-1. So Amling needs to get right back to work. Amling right in on a low single. Might be a scramble situation. Freed drapes over the top of Amling. Amling's going to cut across to a double. There's another 2-point takedown. Sawyer Amling, a man on a mission, looking for that 5th place medal. 54 seconds left to go. There's a release by Amling as Freed gets to his feet. Amling right back in on that single, cuts across to a double. He's going to sit Freed on his right hip, covers the hips. There's another 2-point takedown. So Sawyer Amling making this look very easy. Zach McCool out early, 6-2.
Yeah, very nice job.
So there you have it. First period, 30 seconds left, and Amling in and out on those takedowns. Now Amling throws a cross-body right in on Freed. And Freed comes to a stand-up. We're probably going to get stalling. We got stalling on Sawyer Amling. So he's going to cut Freed loose. 16 seconds left to go in the first period. There's a low single again attempt by Amling. He's in again on Freed. Let's see if he can turn this. There's a headlock attempt by Freed. And Amling is going to get out of the headlock attempt, and that's going to be a 2-point takedown. Boy, he dodged that headlock as Freed came with a hard right to left throw attempt, and Sawyer Amling dodged that bullet as he pulled his head out, scored the 2-point takedown. Good period, 4 takedowns for Amling. And here we go to start the second. Amling has had his way. That's a caution against Freed for starting before the whistle. Amling has had his way with this very fine senior from Mount Ayr, 50-4 coming into the tournament. 53-6. Amling's going to cut Freed loose. And why wouldn't you? You've scored 4 takedowns already. There's a high crotch by Amling, and he's in deep again. He's going to lift the right leg of Freed up. He's going to cut across to a double. Once again, Freed's going to try to load that headlock up. He's got the head of Amling. He's got a headlock locked up. Amling trying to post and work his head back out and up, and he does, and it's going to be a 2-point takedown. Zach Amling has dodged that bullet twice now.
That was close. He had Amling locked and ready to go to his back right there. He did a nice job of posting there and not going to his back, and ultimately getting that 2-point takedown.
Boy, got his foot out to the outside and posted. And that was an outstanding job there by the junior from Edco. 104 left to go. Freed to his feet. Amling drops in on a single and is going to drive Freed off the edge. Again, Amling has been warned for stalling, so you got to keep wrestling here. 10-4, 59 seconds left to go in this second period. This is for the 5th or 6th place medal. You win, you get the 5th place medal. You lose, you got to settle for that 6th place. Stand up by Freed. Amling drops in on a double. Let's see if Amling can work a 2-point tilt off of this. He's going to stay in between the legs of Freed and work a power half Nelson. Amling up on top, and now you're going to...
What?
Amling in between the legs of Freed, working a power half Nelson, and you're going to ding Amling for stalling, and Freed's going to pick up a point. Now it's 10-5. Wow. Unbelievable.
You have seen several matches this week on guys trying to work pinning combinations and getting dinged for stalling.
Well, that's going to be a 1-point escape for Freed. 10-6 now. Amling drops in on a double. Again, you got to watch this throw-happy Freed from Mount Ayr. Watch this throw, Happy Freed from Mount Airy. You got to keep your head in good position. Ambling up 10-6 right now. We'll see if he can turn this into some points here. Might get a stalemate with 2 seconds. We're going to let the period run out, and we're going to go to the third period with Sawyer Ambling up 10-6. And I think you got to go down. If you're Sawyer Ambling, I think you got to choose down, and you will. All right. He's just given up a stalling warning and a 1 point for stalling. So, Zach, you're up by 4. Now's not a time to sit around if you're Sawyer Ambling.
No, and be careful, like you were talking about with those throws. And now it looks like legs are coming here, so he's got to be real careful here not to go to his back.
All right, 150 and counting for Sawyer Ambling. Connor Shalista from Albernet down 7-5 in his third place match. Out across the way on mat 5. Comes a crossbody ride by Freed. And Sawyer Ambling's going to pop his hips up and he's going to shake Freed down. There's a 1 point escape by Ambling, and Ambling goes right back to work on the legs of Freed. 1:30, a minute and a half left. A minute and a half left in this match. So Sawyer Ambling, the expectations, Jamie, the expectations will be high for Sawyer Ambling as well next year too.
Well, they were, and you heard Coach Hanna this morning on the coach's corner saying, you know, Sawyer is one of the best kids in the state at his weight class, but you got to remember next year it doesn't get any easier. His weight class, whatever one he's in, whether it be 38 or 45, is definitely going to be just as tough.
Connor Shalista pinned with a neck wrench, so Shalista will settle for 4th in his match. Shot in on a nice high crotch, and neck wrench took him right down to the mat. 46 seconds left to go in this match here, 11-6 now. Sawyer Ambling up. Ambling back on the attack, and he's got Freed. He's got Freed back on his heels, and that's what you like to see, Zach. Again, but you got to watch that forward pressure especially against the guy that likes to throw headlocks.
I like his motion in this match. It's probably the best motion he's had in his state tournament so far. He's getting after, he's moving forward, he's trying to create some shots, he's faking shots. This is a nice job.
18 seconds left, and there's a knee pick by Ambling as he picks up that left knee of Freed and drives Freed into the scoreboard. Got to readjust the scoreboard there. And 14 seconds left to go. And Ambling's going to give Freed a shot backwards. And this match is going to end 11-6 with 4 seconds left. Sawyer Ambling, there's a front headlock. If you're wrestling freestyle, that would have been a 2 point move for Freed, but no freestyle here. Ambling's going to win that match 11-6. And he will take that 5th place medal home to Edgewood Colesburg in a tournament in which Ambling won 4 matches. That was his 6th match. Ambling won 4 matches and lost 2. So he will finish his junior year at 35-4. Another fine season for a fine wrestler, and he's got a lot of things to look forward to next year.
He really does, and he's just got to stay focused going into this next year because he's had some disappointment the last couple of years down here, and he's unfortunately he's going to take home 5th here instead of what he wanted. He wanted that state title, but he's got 1 more year to do it. So let's recap all 3 classes here and tell you how our area wrestlers did in today's session as we start in Class 1A. 106, Brock Henderson from North Lynn finishing in 4th place today as he was pinned in that 3rd and 4th place match. At weight class 126, Jared Coyle finishing in 8th place as he was beaten 6-5 for 7th and 8th place. So a Coyle senior season, he finishes in 8th place for the Wildcats. 138, Sawyer Ambling, we just called his match, finishing in 5th place today with that 11-6 win. He will come back for his senior season. In weight class 195, we will have Tyler Hoffman from East Buchanan in the finals tonight, Ryan Parmalee and Tyler Yankovic from Maquoketa Valley in the finals tonight as well. At 113 pounds, a great senior career for Patrick Woods came to an end today as he finished in 3rd place with a 5-1 win over Brandon Mayer of Crestwood. So Woods ends his career 2 years ago, or last year, finishing on the top step. Winning that state title. He's going to finish third here today. At weight class 126, Sam Phillips finishing in fourth place today to end his senior career. A great career he has had, as he's going to finish in fourth place today, as he was beaten 12-3 to Shadow Leshen from Albia. At weight class 138, Cody Neighbor finishes off his senior season and career at Beckman, as he finishes in fourth place, and first time being down here, first time place winner here for Beckman. Cody Neighbor finishes his career in fourth place, as he was pinned in the third and fourth place match by Christian Fox from Osage. 145 pounds, the junior season for Chase Straw came to an end today, as he finishes in third place, won a 5-3 match in overtime against Cole Erickson from Mediapolis. So Straw will take home third place in this tournament. 160 pounds, Jake Voss ends his senior career at West Delaware, as he finishes in fourth place. He was beaten 10-5 against Brett Leshen from Albia, so Jake Voss says goodbye and takes off that West Delaware singlet for the last time. At 170 pounds, Brent Lammers from West Delaware finishing in fifth place today, as he lost earlier in the day by 2 to Adam Drain. Drain did not wrestle in that third and fourth place match. He injury defaulted out of the tournament. So Lammers bumped to the backside and pinned Trevor Frayne from Creston in 4:27 to take home fifth place in his first trip to the state meet. 182 will have Kyle Fank from Independence in the finals tonight. And at heavyweight, Daniel Pike from Monticello finishes in third place today, caps off his senior season and career at Monticello with an 11-8 win over Dylan Van Dusen from West Liberty to finish his career in third place. Weight class in Class 3A, 132 pounds, Austin Hush from Western Dubuque finishing in sixth place, ending his career as a Bobcat, as he lost by fall to Matt Wempen from Linmar in 5:35. So Austin Hush, a great career for him, comes to an end here today. Weight class 152, another senior for the Bobcats, says goodbye to Bobcat fans on the wrestling mat, as it was Dylan Ganson from Western Dubuque finishing in seventh place today with a 9-3 win over Dion Claiborne from Sioux City North. And at 170, Max Lyon, the freshman for Western Dubuque, finishes in fourth place today, as he was beaten 5-3 to Brady Letney from Pleasant Valley in that third and fourth place match. And that is all our area place winners. Again, we will have 4 matches tonight, as Kyle Fank for Independence at 182. At 195, we'll have Tyler Hoffman from East Buchanan. 220, Ryan Parmalee from Maquoketa Valley. And at heavyweight, Tyler Yankovic from Maquoketa Valley, as we will have that for you somewhere between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. We'll have that match, but we will be on the air at a little before 6 o'clock, as we will have our national anthem sung by Korea Philgreen from West Delaware. We will have that match, or that national anthem, for you, and then we'll send it to the basketball game with Bill Logan and Mike Morrison for the call of that game, as West Delaware takes on Western Dubuque, and then we will be back with those finals matches that we have. Fellas, the placing matches are over, and just as quickly as the state tournament came upon us, it is quickly winding down.
Well, we talked about that on Wednesday, Jamie. We talked about it last night, how fast the time would go. This seemed like a very quick state tournament. I think one of the reasons is because, number one, we had a lot of wrestlers we were following, but those wrestlers stayed in the tournament and we were covering them. And when you stay busy and stay active, it makes the time go by very, very quickly. And that's kudos to our area wrestlers for coming down here and just wrestling very, very well and taking some hardware home.
Yeah, it is. I tell you what, a great tournament we've seen. Zach, your second year with us up here in the booth, and it's always fun, and you get this bird's eye view, and you're following kids from the start of the day to the end of the day. And like Roger said, when you're following all these kids, you stay busy, and it's amazing how fast this tournament goes.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit earlier this morning. Yesterday, we got here at about 8 a.m. I look up at the clock, and it's already saying 2 p.m., and I go, wow, where'd that time go? So you guys are exactly right, Jamie and Roger. right here, it goes very quickly, especially when you're covering all these area wrestlers. Seeing a lot of good matches, everybody staying in and doing a nice job of getting medals. It's been a blast. I enjoy it. Thank you guys for letting me join you guys, and thanks to KMCH for letting me join here. It's been fun.
All right, well, we've got one more session to go, the final round tonight, as we'll be back a little bit before 6 o'clock with Korea Filgreen and her national anthem, and then we will have the finals matches for you at 182, 195, 220, and heavyweight. For Roger Reed and Zach McCool, this is Jamie Vaskey saying so long for now from the State Wrestling Tournament in Des Moines, Iowa. You're listening to it right here on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.